My sister-in-law copied my engagement ring, tried to copy my entire wedding, but her voice memo exposed her. I hate when brides try too hard to be different. She got exposed in front of the whole family. I'm Eva, 26-year-old, and I just got married to my husband, also 26-year-old, earlier this month. Everything about our wedding was beautiful to me. We didn't have a massive budget, but we poured our hearts into every detail and paid for the entire thing ourselves. It was intimate, meaningful, and honestly one of the happiest days of my life. Nothing fancy or flashy, but everything felt personal and true to us. Now here's where it gets interesting. My husband has a sister named Stacy, age 36-year-old. She's been married to her high school sweetheart for nearly 16 years now. Every 5 years, they do these big vow renewal trips, lavish events with photo shoots, fancy locations, the whole deal. She's known in the family for being flashy, competitive, and a little obsessed with aesthetic. Social media is her second home. Their most recent trip was their 15-year renewal vow, and that's where the story really starts. Let's rewind back a bit to where it all started. I have a very unique engagement ring. It's not your typical diamond solitaire or halo setting. It's actually shaped like my favorite flower with a white stone in the center. I'm not a jewelry person at all, so picking something I'd actually wear and enjoy every day was a big deal for me. The jeweler even commented, "You don't see rings like this often." It wasn't some grand, flashy ring. It was just me, and I loved it. In fact, when my husband proposed, he didn't even use a ring at first because he wasn't sure if I will like the one he got. Fast forward to last year when my now sister-in-law Stacy revealed her custom ring for her 15-year vow renewal. My jaw practically dropped. It looked almost identical to mine. Same flower shape, same design, same white stone setting, except hers is a diamond. I brushed it off at the time. At the time, I honestly shrugged it off. I figured maybe she liked the look and used mine as inspiration. But now, it's starting to feel like a pattern. Just few days after my wedding this month, we met up with my in-laws for brunch. While chatting, my father-in-law casually mentioned, "After your wedding, Stacy started talking about doing a redo wedding for her 16-year anniversary. She says weddings weren't like that back when she got married." I didn't even know what he meant at first, but as he kept talking, it became pretty clear. She saw our wedding and felt like hers didn't measure up. For context, my husband and I had budget weddings, both at the same age, and neither of us had parental financial support. But while her wedding photos show a beautiful day, she looked stunning and clearly happy. She's always been the type to pick things apart if they aren't bougie enough. I didn't really take it serious when my father-in-law was saying it until when she went on and on about how much she loved our wedding venue. She literally said she's planning to book the same venue for her next big anniversary, wants to hire our same wedding planner, serve the exact same menu, and even recreate some of the same activities we had. Like, what? Part of me feels flattered. This is a woman who attends or participates in at least 5 weddings a year, every year since I've known her. So yeah, the fact that mine stood out enough to her that she wants to replicate so much of it? That's kind of a compliment. But honestly, I'm also low-key weirded out. Our wedding was small, very intimate. Half the people there were her family members, which means they'd be at her event too, eating the same food, doing the same activities, in the same space. It sounds strange when I thought about it. One thing to know about her is that she compares herself to everyone. Constantly. She has even admitted she likes to level up when someone else does something she feels threatened by. She and her husband are always posting about luxury trips and expensive events, but they've also told the family they're buried in debt and can't seem to climb out. Yet they still go on 2 or 3 international vacations a year, all blasted on social media with perfectly posed photos like they're influencers. The thought of seeing her do that will bother me. So when I got home, I told my husband it would feel so strange to go back to our wedding venue and basically experience a clone of our day, except this time, it's not ours, it's hers. That's unsettling. I even told him I'm starting to worry she'll use the same colors and decor, turning her renewal into a complete carbon copy of our wedding. At this point, I wouldn't be shocked if she used the same playlist too. And it's not just the wedding. I've started wondering, if she's copying this much now, will she start copying other milestones in my life? Will she do the same baby name if we have kids one day? Throw the same baby shower? I'm not trying to sound paranoid, but it's giving single white female, if you know what I mean. Look, I'm not judging anyone for celebrating their marriage or for wanting nice things. But it just feels off. The timing, the ring, the redo wedding. It all feels like a weird competition I didn't even enter. I never once tried to outshine her. I just wanted a wedding that felt personal and true to me and my husband. Now I can't help but wonder, was it always like this? Is this just who she is? Or is she trying to one-up me now because she feels threatened? I don't want to make assumptions, but it's hard to ignore the pattern. I've always believed weddings should be about love, not status. And it makes me kind of sad that someone would try to redo one of the happiest moments of their life just to make it look better for the internet. Then came the moment that changed everything. A week after she called for a family gathering, she started showing everyone photos of a vision board for her re-wedding, basically screenshots of my wedding day that she had saved to her phone. No edits. Not even a Pinterest version, literally my wedding. I think she expected people to gush over it, but it got super awkward. My mother-in-law gave her a look like, "Are you serious?" And someone even asked, "Wait, didn't Eva do all this already?" The room went quiet. And then, the cherry on top. She tried to pull up a video from our wedding to show an example of how she wanted her grand entrance to look, except she accidentally clicked on the wrong file on her phone and ended up playing a voice memo in a room full of family. It was her voice, ranting to a friend, saying things like, "Eva tried so hard to make her wedding look like some masterpiece. I don't know why she thinks she's doing something original with that ring and those flowers. It's annoying when other brides try too hard to be different. I hate it when people act like their wedding is some masterpiece." Yep, she was talking about me. And she played it in front of everyone. She didn't realize it was playing at first. Everyone went dead silent. My mother-in-law's face froze. Her husband looked stunned. You could hear a pin drop. Her face went red. My husband took my hand and led me outside, and I could hear her scrambling to explain herself as we left. I heard she tried to play it off as a joke, but no one was laughing. Honestly, I wasn't even mad. I was just done. I heard mother-in-law was very angry with her, and the other family members just looked at her in silence before leaving that day. Even her husband didn't speak to her for a few days. It was as if she had embarrassed the whole family. No one said a word, just cold stares and quiet judgment. The silence from her husband was the loudest. I don't know if this is envy, competition, or some deep insecurity she's masking with glittery vow renewals and debt-fueled vacations, but I'm out of the game. I never signed up for a rivalry, and I'm certainly not competing. So yeah, at first I was flattered. Now, I'm just tired of being copied. And after that little voice memo disaster, I think maybe she's finally a little embarrassed too. A few days later, I found out through the grapevine that she's now completely changing her vow renewal plans. Apparently, she's ditching the entire copycat wedding idea and going for a simple tropical getaway instead. No big venue, no planner, no copied decor, just her and her husband on a beach somewhere. Suddenly, the woman who spent years trying to outshine others with glamorous events and recreations decided to scale back everything. I don't know if it was the embarrassment, the realization that people were actually noticing, or if she just got tired of pretending. But either way, it was the first time I saw her pull back instead of push harder. Would you feel flattered, creeped out, or insulted if someone tried to copy your whole wedding, then secretly bashed it behind your back? Curious to hear what others would do in my shoes. Subscribe for more stories. Thank you.